Even before the summit technically got underway, we had fireworks this morning with that breakfast between Trump and NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg. Trump making some very aggressive-sounding, very forceful comments about Germany and this gas pipeline. This is a gas pipeline that would go under the North Sea and bring more Russian gas to Germany. It would actually follow the route of an existing pipeline, but the U.S. has concerns about it because they say it would undermine European energy security by making it more dependent on Russia. But at the same time, the U.S. would like to export more gas to Europe, and so there's also some commercial concerns there. But what we saw from that meeting this morning is we are going to get a combative U.S. president here at the NATO summit. That was clear from that meeting. And any hopes that the allies had that this might be less of a rough ride were dashed this morning. So now as the summit really gets underway, we're going to see what President Trump has in store.
Dave, tell us more about the spending row. Who contributes how much exactly?
Well, this was another criticism of President Trump of Germany this morning. Germany spends only a little bit above 1% of its GDP on its military. That is well below the 2% goal of NATO. It should be noted, Trump often phrases this as in a military contribution to NATO. That's actually not how NATO works. Nobody contributes to NATO except for administrative type things. What NATO is an alliance of different militaries. And the criticism more specifically is that European countries don't spend enough on their militaries. And that's why this is measured as a percentage of their GDP. So right now, obviously, the U.S. has the U.S. has the largest military in the world by far. And so obviously it is making up the biggest fighting force of NATO. But actually all the other allies together all the European allies together spend more on their military than Russia or China in terms of a GDP. So if you took the US on one hand and then compared it to, let's say, just the European allies on the other hand, they're spending about the same. But the criticism of Trump is he wants each European country to be spending the same on its military that the US is as a percentage of GDP. Germany does not want to do that. A lot of European countries don't want to do that. That's the heart of the conflict here.